No man has the right to be an amateur in the matter of physical training. It is a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable. But of course, this can apply to women too. Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I talk a lot about mental health and being able to improve your mind so you can live a better, fulfilling life. But something that I don't really mention that actually is a huge part of my life, in my day-to-day at least, is physical health. My parents put me on the swim team at a really young age, and since then they've always wanted me to stay active. And I was really reluctant to join the swim team because I just didn't like exercising, I didn't like exerting myself. But it wasn't until I tasted my first failure when it comes to racing that I really got amped up to be better. And since then I got really excited to be able to win races and be good and, gain the respect of my peers. And this drive has really carried over into my adult years, where I always tried to stay as physically fit as possible and taking care of my body. Whether that means exercising regularly or eating or getting enough hours of sleep, I really just try to optimize my body so I have the freedom to do whatever I want with it. So if I wanted to go hiking or go up a flight of stairs, I could do it without panting too hard. So in today's video, I wanted to give a little bit of insight into my philosophy and outlook when it comes to eating and exercising, because after all, being able to take care of your body is a very important aspect to an overall healthy lifestyle. And is this video also an excuse to showcase all of the footage I have of all the food that I ate last week on my trip to Virginia? No. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So I love food. Food is probably one of my love languages, if there were a sixth one. When I lost my sense of smell and taste due to you-know-what earlier this year, I really felt like life had almost lost all of its meaning. So you can bet that whatever food I put into my mouth, I am definitely prioritizing stuff that is healthy and tasty for me. Now, this doesn't mean that I can't enjoy things like ice cream or other kinds of dessert. A medium cone.
He talked me into this. I wanted a small.
Medium. My goodness. But when it comes to eating food and having a good diet, I'm more focused on consistency rather than perfection. Because it could be nice to have the physique of a bodybuilder, but, I do love carbs and ice cream and cake and other kinds of desserts. So, you know what, maybe that's not in the cards for me for now. I'm not hoping to compete in any competitions anytime soon, so there really is no reason for me to stay that lean. As long as I can still see abs in the mirror, I'm pretty happy with the way I look. When it comes to planning my meals, I like to keep it pretty balanced. So when I say balanced, I mean having a good amount of protein, carbs, and fats, which are the three major macronutrients. So protein can include things like chicken, beef, turkey, salmon. For vegetables, I like to eat asparagus, Asian vegetables, broccoli, green beans. And for starchy carbs, I like to eat a lot of rice because, Asian. And what'll usually happen is I just pick one from each different macro group and mix them all together and call it a day. This allows me to get the right balance of nutrients as well as whatever my body would need in order for me to fuel my workouts and just feel my best when I go through my day-to-day life. With the exception of breakfast, I don't really include too many veggies in my breakfast because I just kind of give myself a free pass, and usually I'll eat some French toast and call it. So if you're looking to start eating healthier and just being more on top of your physical health, some suggestions that I would have for you is to just choose healthy foods that you enjoy eating and something that you can, have for a very long period of time without getting tired. Because if you're choosing a diet based on deprivation, based on eating foods that you don't even like, you're bound to eventually fall back into old habits, and you definitely don't want to do that. And occasionally just have your dessert. That way you can have your cake and eat it too. See what I did there? So when it comes to exercising, I try to keep a consistent routine of working out at least 3 to 6 times per week. Every day I like to go on an outdoor walk for at least 30 minutes just so I can get the blood moving, get the heart rate up, and get some fresh air, because if it weren't for that morning walk, I would spend a lot of my time just in my room on a screen, slouched forward, and being in that position for such a long time is not great for your health. So if you work a white collar job, if you're working in an office, definitely be careful of these habits that can eventually build up over time and just give you back problems, give you knee problems, and it's not pretty. So make sure you're getting your walks in. It's a great low intensity cardio exercise that'll help you burn calories but not be too hard on your joints or your heart. Aside from walking, I usually like to go to the gym and lift weights, or because of lockdown, I guess I've been working out in my basement, which has limited resources, but I usually rely on calisthenic exercises or free weight exercises. You don't have to lift weights in order to get fit, but this is something that I actually enjoy doing, and just being in a gym or doing a session can be really therapeutic for me personally, so this is something that I can do regularly. For cardio, I used to swim, but nowadays I've been running a lot more. It's definitely something that I need to get used to, or I guess enjoy more, because running can feel like a chore at times, although I know it has great benefits for the heart. And just looking at my Apple Watch, I'm at a much lower resting heart rate when I run consistently versus when I'm just lifting weights and walking at a low intensity. Now, this definitely isn't medical advice, and I highly suggest you talk to a licensed medical professional before doing any types of exercise, but this is just something that I do. Now, obviously you won't always have the resources to go lift weights or maybe go to a pool, so sometimes you just have to be a little creative. Who says that you can't go on a hike every now and then, or go to a park and do workouts there? The great thing is that your body can't tell the difference between lifting weights or lifting a bucket. As long as we are moderately exerting ourselves a few times a week, we're much better off than the average American who just doesn't do any exercise at all and just lays on the couch. And I'm not sure what kind of standard of living that is, but it's not something that I want to do. And if you do want your body to be healthy, be active, and not have any long-lasting health problems later on when you get older, then exercise and eating the right food, drinking your water, getting enough sleep, like all of these things can play a part in how healthy you are in the long run. Just because you don't drink enough water one day, it doesn't mean that you're completely ruined. But if you cheap out on yourself when it comes to health for too long, or if you're doing it consistently, you eventually will pay the price in the form of medical bills. So you might as well just pay the price or invest in fresh groceries, workout clothes, whatever that'll make you want to actually be healthier. Now, if the things that I've said feel a little bit out of reach, don't try to change everything in one day. So when it comes to fitness, when it comes to nutrition, I really believe that this is a lifelong journey, and you're essentially changing your whole lifestyle if you end up changing your diet, changing your workout routine. If you're spending more time in the gym, that could mean less time spent on the couch playing video games, but you know what? Like, that is a sacrifice that you may have to make. I'm not saying you have to cut out video games completely, but really it's about moderation. Choose consistency, choose progress, take little steps at a time. Because if I were to try running a marathon when I hadn't run a mile like ever in my life, I would definitely feel the pain. So you need to just choose goals that are just digestible for you. And this doesn't apply to just fitness or nutrition, but it really applies to anything. When I started YouTube, I didn't really know what I was doing, so I slowly warmed myself to the idea of doing YouTube, and then slowly tried learning how to film a video, how to create a video, how to edit it, etc. Overnight success really isn't a thing, and you should stop buying into that idea if you want longevity and sustainable success when it comes to whatever you're chasing. Now, I'd like to know in the comment section what you think I'm missing when it comes to taking care of your physical body. I would love to hear your thoughts, and if you liked this video, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you want to see more content related to this. And most importantly, take it easy and drink your water and brush your teeth and get your sleep and eat healthy, you know? Okay, bye.